Hey, fifth grade, we're going to have a quick review session before you take your quiz after this review session. So we're going to go over some of the answers from our study guide and go over just some of the main vocabulary. So the first one I want to look at is what are the difference between our arteries and our veins? So let's do a quick review of that. All right, the first one, the blood vessels that carry blood from the heart to all parts of the body. So from the heart to all parts of the body are the arteries. Kind of think of it this way. We need oxygen to get to all parts of our body, so the starting point are the arteries. Start, carry blood from the heart, start, heart, okay? The blood vessels that carry blood from the body back to the heart are the veins, okay? We need to rein the veins, rein all those blood vessels back in. We want it back to the heart. Rein it in with the veins, all right? So arteries, they're the starting point from the heart to all parts of the body, and our veins rein everything back in to the heart. Next, we have our smallest little blood vessels, and those are the capillaries. The easiest way to think of that is you see all these little lines coming together. They kind of look like little branches, and I look at the two L's as kind of branches and capillaries. And again, they're the smallest little capillaries. They're the smallest little blood vessels, and they are the things that connect the arteries to the veins. Arteries to the veins. So again, we have our arteries carry blood from the heart, and our veins carry blood back to the heart, and our capillaries are those smallest little connector U-turn spots that connect the arteries to the veins. All right, who remembers what the largest artery is and the largest vein? Let's start with the largest artery. What do you think? Starts with an A. What do you think? That's right, it is the aorta. This is the largest artery in the body that comes out from the heart, and it sends blood to all parts of your body. What about the largest veins in your body? The largest veins, there's two names for them. One of the veins brings blood back from the top part, or the superior part of your body, and the other one brings stuff from the lower part of your body, and that's the inferior one. What is that called? Yes, that's right. That is called the superior vena cava and the inferior vena cava. The largest vein, remember it's about 1 inch thick. It's the largest vein, and it has a top part, which is superior, and a bottom part, which is inferior. Next, who remembers the three main types of blood vessels? We just talked about all three of them, but let's name them all three together. They are let's say it together, arteries, veins, and what? Capillaries. That's correct. All right, let's talk about two new words that you learned in this section. The first one is coronary, and the second one is pulmonary. Which one of those two is related to the heart? And which one of those two is related to the lungs? Let's see if you're right. If you said coronary is the word that means relating to the heart, you are correct. Coronary arteries and veins, they bring blood from the heart to all parts of the body. So coronary means it's from the heart. And if you said pulmonary meant lungs, you are correct as well. Pulmonary is the word that means relating to the lungs. Pulmonary veins carry blood from the lungs and back to the heart. From the lungs and back to the heart. So again, we have coronary means from the heart. Pulmonary means from the lungs. Last but not least, we have the job of our capillaries. The capillaries have a pretty big job for all of our cells. Remember, they're close to every single cell in our body, therefore we have a lot of capillaries. And when oxygenated blood are flowing through those capillaries, what is leaving those cells, the blood in the blood, and passing through the walls, the capillaries to all the cells. What gas is it? The stuff that we need in order to survive. That's right, oxygen. So we have our capillaries in this section here with our oxygenated blood. Oxygen goes from our arteries into these smaller sections. We'll get to those in a second. And oxygen leaves the capillaries to go to all the cells. And then what is it that the blood vessels pick up from the capillary wall to bring back to the lungs for us to exhale? What gas is that? If you said carbon dioxide, you are correct. That is our waste product of cells. It is carbon dioxide. So we have oxygen that enters the capillaries, and then carbon dioxide goes back into the blood to be carried to the lungs for us to exhale out. Now let's talk about possible bonus questions for your quiz. Let's talk about the smallest arteries and the smallest types of veins. They connect the veins in the arteries to the capillaries, and they're the smallest parts. What is the smallest part of the artery called? The little part that connects the artery to the capillary? Sorry, it's called an arteriole. And then the smallest veins that connect the vein to the capillaries, what are those called? Venules, that's right. And then who was the guy that had a lot of say in how blood, he figured out what goes on with blood and our blood vessels and all of that? What was his name? William what? William Harvey, that's correct. Okay, if you need to watch this video again, watch it again as a review. And then when you're done with that, click on the button below to take your science quiz. And good luck. All right, I miss you guys.